Hi everyone, welcome back to Motts Lane. It's been a long time since the last video. A lot has happened in that time, but I hope you're all keeping safe and staying well and enjoying the modelling that you might be getting done at the moment. This is just going to be a very short video just to run through some of the things that I've been doing on the layout over the last sort of 6 months or so, just to give you an update as to where I'm at, and hopefully over the next few months there'll be a few more videos just to show you what's been happening on the layout. So let's get straight into it. So for those of you who don't know, Motts Lane is a EM gauge layout that was built by Will Perkins. Will wanted to move over to P4 and put the layout up for sale, and I always had a feeling that I'd like to do EM gauge in the future, so it seemed like the appropriate opportunity. So to cut a long story short, I bought the layout off Will, and yeah, had the layout for a number of months now. So the basic premise of the layout is you've got this lovely scenic break here with the free arched bridge, which was built by Tim Horn. It's one of his prototype bridges, and it looks absolutely superb. I've not done anything at all to this at the moment. It just looks good the way it is, to be honest. There might be some weathering to do sort of later down the line, but for now I'm quite happy with how that's looking. So you've got this sort of free track approach with the branch line that goes off to the right with this double slip here. You've got a nice cutting as well with this tree, which was put together by Richard at St Michael's Hill. Again, just adds a little bit of interest to this part of the layout as the locos or the multiple units come in. Panning round, you've got this lovely Eastern region sort of plate layers hut here, and then we're looking at the station platform and building. The building was done by Jason Johnson. It's a laser cut building, and I'm currently working on that too. If we just look at the station building for a moment, you'll see that I've started adding the paint layers to this. The building is based on the one at Takeley, and so I've got some photos that I'm working off with that. But this is just a slow process. You'll see that I've put together the chimney. That's not been painted yet, obviously. So that's coming together well. The platform tops will be 2mm plasticard, which I need to get. And then obviously you've got the brickwork on the front and the sort of platform edging as well. So there's quite a lot to do there. It'll be nice to sort of progress with that part of the layout at some point. But just dipping back down here, you'll see that I've added some greenery. And this was quite a big step for me. I was feeling a little bit frustrated with the progress, and I just decided to have a go and to make a start on the static grass. So what you see here is obviously you've got the land contours, but then I've just added some Woodland Scenics blended turf on top, and then I've gone along and just started adding some static grass from I'm not sure where it's from. I'll find out and put it in the description box below. It's either Woodland Scenics or WWS, can't remember either of those. So all I've done at the moment is just used 2mm fibres, and it's not like bright green. I really don't like really bright colours, so I've tried to keep this quite toned down, so this sort of autumnal look. At this point in time, this sort of part of the layout here is kind of going to be a like a kind of field, I guess, like a sort of, so the grass is not going to be super long, it's going to be quite short, so sort of 2 and 4mm fibres I've been using so far. Again, looking at the cutting towards the top here, again, this is just Woodland Scenics fine blended turf with the static grass, a slightly different mix on that one, so you'll notice that it's a bit lighter on the sort of field here. On the cutting, I'm going to keep it a little bit darker just so they're not the sort of same. Again, I'm not an expert in doing scenics. My attitude sometimes is I've just got to have a go and see sort of what happens, but I'm trying to keep it quite low key. Again, not using bright colours, just sort of blend it in really nicely and to allow the trap work to kind of pop as well, and the ballasting, which Will's done a fantastic job with. So that's the sort of cutting area. Along the back there'll be some trees, probably just some trees made out of sea foam and that sort of thing. But again, there's a few more bits to do up there. And then towards the back here, there'll be sort of maybe a fence to kind of fence off the the boundary between the track and the cutting. So moving on down, I've just added again some fine blended turf here. Again, just quite patchy for now. And then again, this will probably just be sort of static grass with a sort of fence again running down here. Because in reality, you can't just walk onto the real railway. There's always a boundary fence. So that'll run all the way down here. And then we sort of enter into the next part of the layout with the freeway point running into the sort of steel terminal complex. I've started working on these buildings. If I'm honest with you, I'm going to spray them again in some enamel white primer. And certainly the low relief factory building at the back, that's going to be sprayed. You'll see that I've painted it. I'm not very happy with that effect. So I'm going to prime it and try and just spray the top half and obviously the brick effect at the bottom as is. The pike stuff building in the corner again, I've tried painting that, but I'm not happy with the effect, so that'll just be primed, and once I found a suitable colour, I'll do that. So moving towards here, you've got the concrete effect for this sort of steel terminal area. There's a crane, an overhead gantry crane that I'd like to add here for the unloading of coils and all of that sort of stuff. And then obviously the scenic work that goes around that. So there's quite a lot to do, really. I've struggled with motivation over the past few months. There's a few things going on with work and other bits and bobs that are taking my time, which is fine, but I've struggled with the layout a little bit. So I've just tried to make a little bit of progress to encourage me to go forward. And that's sort of where I'm up to at the moment. I'm quite enjoying doing the scenic work. Working on the station building, again, that needs a couple of more coats. And then just working on some rolling stock as well. So there we have it, quite a quick, short update. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the people who have subscribed to the channel, even when there hasn't been any videos popping up. So appreciate that. Hopefully over the next few months, I'll be able to document a bit more once I've made a bit more progress on the layout. But for now, I'll leave you there, and thanks again. Hope you're keeping well and stay safe in the current times. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.